30 seconds and 60 seconds, 30, 60, obviously. When it comes to the center line, we're using the yellow string line. That is the center line, not the full width.
Welcome everyone to the 2025 Mixed Nationals here in Denver, Colorado. It's a beautiful spring day outside, so why would we not come inside to watch curling? It only makes sense. I'm Simon Jarrett. I'll be with you here tonight, and I've got my friend, Cockabon, Elliot Mansell with me. Hey Elliot, how's it going?
Good, how are you, man?
Surviving. Trying to recover from my weekend at the Masters. Just trying to get that into conversation everywhere I possibly can do.
You're just going to rub it in for the next 2 hours.
Yeah. If this game doesn't work out like I think it's going to, I will just start doing a minute-by-minute regale of my experience on Sunday.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that should really excite the tens of viewers that we'll have. And
we can talk about Rory's shot on 17.
Yep.
Rose's putt on 18.
I mean, just really, truly endless items to go over that I guarantee everyone here is excited to share with us. So, but until this game goes bad, we'll start talking about curling. So tonight we have Team Persinger out of the Anchorage Curling Club, and then we also have the hometown team of Team Kizlyk out of Denver, Colorado. So these are actually two pretty good teams. This should be a pretty good setup here.
Yeah, it's. I think it's going to be a good competitive game. Obviously, we know Kizlyk. We know the players on their team quite well, and the Persinger team out of Alaska comes with a bunch of experience and probably one of the favorites, I would think, in this tournament. So it should be good. It should be a good game.
Yeah, I definitely think people would expect Persinger to be there on the weekend in the quarters of the semis of this event. So, and then Kizlyk's, this is, I think, his first time at Mixed Nationals. Maybe did one a couple years ago. It's been a bit, if anything, a little bit of a hiatus, if not, and it's a completely different rink than he would have been with in the past. So we're excited to see the game, and I'm here to watch some rock spit thrown.
I got here late, so I didn't see who got hammered.
I was here on time and also didn't see who got hammered. I can say that from hearing, this is the first draw for all these teams, so this is the first time on the ice outside of practice. They did scratch rocks. I think there is a decent amount of swing on draws. From what I saw earlier on the stream, it looked like some of the hits are running a little bit straighter.
Yeah, I was talking to a few people earlier this afternoon, and they said that hits tend to run a little bit straighter. Especially if you set it, it's not coming back.
Yeah. Yeah, so definitely one of those things to look out for. Could get kind of interesting in wanting a set on a draw and not really wanting one on a hit at all. So if people have that tendency, could get in a little bit of trouble. So
it looks like Kizlyk got hammered. Persinger is gonna go aggressive, throw up a center guard, and get in the mixer.
Yeah, mix tends to be a little less of a clean game. You usually tend to see a little bit more rocks in play. Makes it a little bit more exciting for the fan watching. So. We'll have Dina try and throw around the guard here, set their team up.
Looks like that center guard is off the center line, so they can touch it without any repercussions.
All right. I would put a good $10 wager that Kizlyk will never call the tick shot this entire weekend.
Not unless Aaron makes it.
Exactly. Dina comes a little deep on her first. And as we're seeing already, I mean, it's about a good 5 foot, 5.5.
Yeah, it looks like it's really curling in on the intern.
it'll be curious to see when they start switching some lines. A lot of the times when they do the practice and the warm-up, you get the 2 draw pass really warmed up. The out to the corner stays a little frosty, or some of the hit lines on the outside stay a little frosty.
It can be a little bit tricky. Yeah.
So, 2 real good ones from Sarah here. Get things started. That one did over curl on her just a hair, so they should see. Call it a thick 3/4. This will be our first look at that hit.
Dina's out turn. I think Derek called board.
Yeah.
Board or hack.
Hold it. Aaron. Whoa. Yep. Go roll.
Yeah, a really good shot there from Dina. Nice weight control.
Yeah, it was great weight.
Call there. Yep.
It's like a down weight tap. A little bit of a hit here.
Try to see if they can get us close to nose on that. The amount of curl they should be able to on the soft weight.
Yeah, I think right now they're worried about over curling.
A little bit.
Looks like we'll have the same shot as we go back and forth here a little bit. I'm a little surprised we didn't see a double attempt there from Persinger early on, just trying to get yourself out of trouble, but it looks like he's pretty resigned to stay aggressive even without hammer.
Yeah. It's our first look at Aaron Johnston, somebody we know very well. We played with him for the better part of 4 years. So Aaron can throw a really good rock, as shown right there. It's a perfect hit and roll, soft weight.
He's got that Wisconsin handle locked down. I think he is one of the main reasons the Kizlyk group kind of get out of our regional playdowns.
Yeah, I mean, they all played very well. Derek played awesome. Lucy played really well, but Aaron really
brings a different strategy to it.
Yeah, he was really integral in helping them be as successful as they were.
Yep. A really good shot there. Got under the guard. This will be the first real test of a shot. They have been looking like they got enough curl on these to get around the guard and make good contact to remove the stone.
They're really going to have to go hard on this one.
Does look a little in. If you're going to miss, that's the way to do it.
Yeah, like you said, hitting the guard is totally fine there. It's better than being wide, missing everything. It opens it up. Means that Persinger is going to have to probably replace that, cover it up, and hope to try and generate a steal somehow.
This is Liz's first. Try and replace the guard here. It looks like this will over curl, and even if it does dead cover, it's probably too high to make much of a difference. Visual intimidation.
Yeah, Lucy should be able to see most of this rock, especially with the curl. Assume this should be a good hit and roll away. Try and get over into the 8-foot. Leave a double really steep if they want to try it. Right. I agree. I mean, I like rolling open. You roll deep, you also risk jamming. Yeah. So it's a really good shot.
Yep, great roll there. It's kind of right where you want it. Assume you'll see him try and roll back middle. Yeah, if I'm either team, I'm not super upset about the way the first end's kind of rolled out here. I mean, Kizlyk's got a wide open house with Slane 2.
Yep.
And Persinger, I mean, they're hitting against 2, but it's a tough one there, though, unfortunately. That'll change things up.
Yeah, unfortunately, a little narrow there. They just couldn't hold the sweep, so an opportunity now for Derek to draw one around. Either way, you come on the out turn here, or you play the in turn. Either way, but I think top 4, mostly behind this guard, is pretty decent. I mean, you could even just draw an open side on the 4-foot.
I honestly would think even going wide open side on the left out to the 12-foot could be helpful. But if I'm doing this, I want to get deep enough. I want to be in that 4-foot, just biting 4-foot. If you're a little high, it could potentially leave a guard if you really come around.
Cheeky bit of a wick there.
Yeah, yeah. And unfortunately, it comes deep too. Leaves a bit of a pocket. A couple options. You could hit and roll over there, try and limit some of the damage. The draw might be.
Draws all or nothing.
Yeah, you definitely want to hit that, but it might be easier to get there too.
True.
A hit and roll, especially early in the tournament like this, is not a straightforward shot.
No.
Line you haven't seen. A lot of other factors. So it looks like he elected for the draw. As far as depth goes, he's got a lot of options here. I mean, you could take it right down too if he's a little heavy and forward a little bit of a tap. I think your best case is kind of biting edge of button and right at that T line. It's pretty hard to get rid of it over the top.
Right. The line looks pretty good if they can get this there. It comes up just a little short.
Probably enough to be sitting third, but it's tough to tell honestly with the camera angles. They're not dead over top of the pin.
Derek's definitely sitting 1.
I would say he's
2.
probably 2
Yeah.
for sure. And the fact that he's electing to draw around this makes me think that he is 3.
I'm not convinced he's 3.
We can speculate wildly until the end of the end, I guess.
Got Derek's first. He's playing the intern draw. He's got to be careful. He can't move that.
Yeah, I think he was on it a while ago, honestly. I think it was a little heavier than they wanted, which stopped them from sweeping it early. And then,
Kind of like the hit and roll that Greg's looking at.
yeah,
I mean,
you got a huge pocket.
yeah. And to be honest, nose isn't the end of the world either.
No.
Because I think Derek tapped them up for second now.
Yeah.
Meaning Greg can hit this and sit too. Although
It looks like the draw again, though, which
Yeah.
is kind of surprising to me. But, I mean, he just threw it.
Yep.
He's got confidence in the weight and the line this time. And he puts one in there.
hooked around that
Hooks.
stagger,
Yeah,
it's going to be really hard to get rid of.
Yeah, you start talking about steal potential.
Sweepers look like it might be a little heavy.
Yeah.
Play the rub.
I think so.
I think this is going to work out pretty good. Well, that's one way to do it.
Yeah. If you want to get greedy early, you could try some up weight on that yellow. I feel like nose almost gets both.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. I mean,
It may jam.
that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I don't know if it goes over the top of the back yellow red, or if it. Because if it goes over the top, then it's straight back. I mean,
I don't mind this call. If you're
Yeah.
if you're Derek, you're looking at scoring, getting an early lead, and starting your event off with a good end.
Yep. Yeah, if red was sitting one, I think take it on,
Yeah.
honestly. Nice. Easy on and off, good weight.
Nice throw, nice and clean, nose and one, maybe two, but I think
it's gonna
just
be one.
Yeah.
But if you look at it back and forth enough, maybe it'll become two.
So all in all, Derek got on the board, and I think Team Persinger out of Alaska is probably pretty happy to force there.
Yeah.
There was a chance there that they were looking at giving up multiples, so they managed to get a force.
Yeah, exactly. Looking at some of the other sheets tonight, we've got Working in, what is that?
Topkin.
Working got one in the first. And then Roth and what's the other one?
Man.
Uh,
GT. They
just-
have not yet posted. Or Roth got a single, so it's 1-0 Roth after the first.
Red had a lot of stones in play, or Roth had a lot of stones in play.
Yeah.
But there's just one yellow, I think, tucked in there. See back at the feature here. It's the age-old question: do you come in or do you throw the guard? What kind of end do you want to have?
Looks like Derek's going with the center guard.
Oh, they're trying.
No. They're coming in.
Yep.
I was wrong.
That is embarrassing. We'll see a corner throw up. Honestly, that rock sliding across center and only being top 8. I think you always leave it alone. If you're top 4, that perfect center top 4, you might
Hit
consider
and delay
hitting.
steal,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
delay corner, I mean.
Yeah. Here's that first center line draw, that inside out, kind of as expected. Just
A little stickier that way.
yep.
Good jersey matchup tonight.
Yeah, I like both of these kits.
I'm told that the Kizlyk colors are the Colorado tartan.
Yeah, which
I didn't
yeah,
know
honestly,
existed.
you might even have to explain to me what a tartan is.
And then anything out of Alaska is usually pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like they got the
It's like a fisherman or something on there. Or
Yeah.
I see mountains. I forgot my binoculars.
Yeah. They got us way in the back, in the nosebleeds up here.
Can't help you there.
All right. Well, tried to throw the guard, over curled on it a little bit, leaving the wrong half of the stone open, unfortunately. So, or fortunate, depending on who you're rooting for here. So you're going to see hit and roll attempts.
I want to do is put a little broadcast booth like up against this wall or the corner. It'll freeze your ass off. And we can put a window up there.
This really has to curl, unfortunately.
Yeah, you're probably better off that did not make contact, honestly, because you would have just kind of tucked it under. I think that was kind of what we talked about, where if you get that little bit of a set, it just takes a little bit longer for it to come back around, which means the whole object of it, we're just seeing a little bit straighter on those hits.
Right. Doesn't seem to be moving quite as much inside out too that you would think, especially on freshly scratched rocks.
Right. Yeah, a lot of times you see that you kind of catch that center and just take off because you're not putting that outward movement on it. Gets a little bit of a tick. Not as much of the stone as they wanted there, leaving it open. So this kind of gives Persinger now, if he does a really good hit and roll here, they can start building an end.
Yeah, you're going to see them try and utilize those staggers on the on the outside. Well, not anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, it was from looking like where the broom was and where that rock was at least about 6 inches wide or so.
Yeah, just a little out.
Yeah.
So it gives Derek an opportunity to have Aaron try to come around. I'm going to get a time on this.
We have been hearing about 14.5 and quite sweepable.
Okay.
So.
Whoa, careful. Whoa.
Sweeper's going on this right away.
Where are we? Okay, straight now. Yep.
Looks like it's going to be a guard.
1575, so yeah.
Yeah, and
It's a tight 3.
maybe a little soft too, because that thing absolutely cranked over.
Yeah. You see a chance now for Alaska to play that hit and roll.
Yeah.
Try and get away from that those 2 yellow guards. Try and see if you can get somewhere over towards your corner and utilize that rock.
Right. Didn't know if he was going to show us a lesson in drag effect and see if he couldn't remove all 3 here. Play the high heat.
I think this is a safer call.
It is,
really
with just
well
one
thrown.
rock in. Yeah. Be pretty hard for them to get low on this.
No, I think at this point you're just trying to hit
Nose.
see if you can roll open.
Yeah.
Whoa. Aaron. Yep. Whoa. Dina.
Nice clean throw by Lucy. She's playing really well. It's a great throw.
All right, you know how to get a hold of me.
Draw.
So we'll try and get into the corner after this one.
Yep.
pulling the sweep early on this. It's really curling. It's unfortunately that same turn from the first end, so I don't know if she maybe sliding a little tight, but
Yeah.
not accounting for the curl.
I know that's my tight slide side. Try and maybe look a little closer and see if she's getting it started or something too. But called right out of hand, so
Yeah.
chance for Lucy to put one underneath the guards here. Put some pressure on. Actually looked like she had a bit of a set on that. It's not a bad result, honestly.
It's going to give her a little more ice on this one.
Yeah. Board weight again. It's like a classic overcorrect. Maybe I think just a little high on up on the weight.
Yeah.
Honestly, just threw that one well, and it's just up weight.
They look clean out of hand. I'm sure Greg gave her a little bit more room and just threw
Yeah.
a little bit more weight. Much better throw though.
Yeah. I was honestly a little surprised they were playing for the outside roll still. I didn't know you could. I don't think if you make that under the guard, you are shot rock. I mean, still relatively early, but you had a bigger window to roll underneath on the other side. Kind of roll big under those staggards.
Right. No matter where you come under that corner guard to, you probably get it just with how much curl there is
Yeah.
inside out, especially with the softer weight.
I think maybe the only thing you do is you're making Kizlyk throw a new line
Yeah.
that they haven't seen yet. So that's assuming that he chases. If he sends a shot, he could come around to center, honestly.
Straight, we're bumping, straight, straight, hard, straight.
Good
Hard
broom
straight.
slam. Should see.
Keep going.
Take a guess.
Well, if I had to put some money on it, I'm gonna think that one was probably Evan working.
Correct.
Oh man, unbelievable. What were the odds going for that? Minus 1,000? Well, fortunate Derek came basically over curled. I think it was a little light on weight, but he tipped, broke him apart. So pretty makeable double here.
Chance to make the double. Hopefully get a blank out of the end.
If you want to get really cheeky with it, you could try and hit that left one pretty thin to get up over the top of the other red and kind of get over the corner a little bit, but that's pretty difficult. We could just be happy to get rid of both of these the way the end's gone.
For sure.
Early.
Nicely done.
Yep.
So now Derek's got the chance to play the hit and roll under.
It's one of those, main goals. Make sure the rock goes away and worry about where the roll goes after.
Right.
Made perfectly, I think you get the force out of it.
Yeah, you may say see Persinger play that sort of double run for the blank, but I don't know if that's necessary at this point.
Yeah.
I would like a drag effect.
I would like to see it though. Yeah, I love a good drag effect.
Whoa, Dina.
Nice shot there by Derek.
Yep.
Maybe got a tiny bit tucked. No, I think it's still pretty
Wide
open. So.
open. It's essentially almost the exact same line that Greg just threw. So we should know it well. Probably see firm to PO8 here. Good throw here from Greg. Get her blank. See on sheet seat. Topkin. Jeez.
Topkin.
Yeah. Just got forced. So 1-1 there.
And they're still not done on sheet D. There's a ton of rocks in play.
This is a pretty interesting setup, honestly.
It looks like Team Man out of Ohio is sitting 1-2 with Hammer in the 4-foot.
I'm actually a little surprised. I mean, I think the misses have kind of dictated the play so far.
Yeah.
And neither team's been able to capitalize on the other team's misses very well. They've all been followed up by half shots or even zeros. So and that tends to lead to a 1-0 game or a 0-0 game, honestly. So
Looks like we're going to see Derek
just switch gears here.
Yeah, press a little bit more, see if he can get a force, or generate a couple more misses and capitalize.
Yeah, unfortunately, a pretty high guard. I have a hard time believing Derek's going to want to do double center guards at this point, especially if Persinger gets this rock in play, right? So if Sarah puts a good one here, like top 8, top 4, then
You'll see Derek follow it down.
exactly.
This looks pretty good. Yeah, really nice.
Yep.
So now we got a 4-foot game.
Looking for a tap. I mean, freeze is pretty good. Anything half open that you can play something up weight on. I mean, that can't stress that guard's doing nothing other than just being visually there. It's taking appeal away. Other than that,
Right.
it's,
No, with the soft weight, I mean, we can see teams get around most everything at this point of the weekend. Nothing is really safe unless that guard is tight.
yeah. I was a little surprised that it didn't want to chase with a little bit more weight, but again, early in the weekend, I'm just not comfortable with it yet. Interesting call. Instead of just a flat removal, Greg just wanting to keep rocks around, a little shrapnel. I think we're going to see him get into it this end.
Yeah, all
Almost-
the rocks.
Yeah, almost like I talked this into existence. I was getting a little bored. Now we're just going to see 16 rocks hanging around.
And we get to watch Aaron squirm.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to see someone uncomfortable. Aaron with rocks in play. Good shot there. Kind of. Only other thing that they wanted to do was kind of push it to the other side of the rings, but the weight's exactly what he called.
Yeah. Definitely going to see Derek try to bring the rock play back to the center.
Yep.
Try and utilize that guard. See if Eric can make the soft weight hit and roll like he did in the first end.
Okay, line's good. Lucy. Yep. 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 Whoa, whoa.
It's pretty close.
A little thin.
Could have left it.
Could have left
Made
it.
the soft double.
Yeah. We're still trying to find that break point right now.
Yeah.
Try to get the double here. Dead jam. I think you'll see Aaron take this on.
Looks to be about a half rock.
Half rock feels pretty natural.
Aaron throws this up weight really well. Really clean.
Here comes the commentator's curse through the wickets.
Lucy. Yep, Lucy.
Yep.
Yep.
It's a little unfortunate. Like,
Aaron threw that really well.
yeah, just kind of missed the. Again, they're kind of missing that break point right when Derek was clocking her long time, which I always leave that part to the skip. I don't know. It's just me. But you gotta like her persistence. You know, you gotta get that. You gotta get that information.
Yep. Yep. Hard.
All right. Soft weight tap. Dirk actually has to be kind of careful about this.
Want to get this one?
Yeah,
Pretty good shot because
Actually, just
it's not an easy double there. And I mean, if you make the double, you roll out. Give them an opportunity just to use that center again.
yeah, you're.
He's just trying to hit and roll on top.
Yeah, that's what I think. You just gotta go after the one that's in the center and kind of flop on top. Because I think any play on the one on the right is just gonna jam.
Be careful though. You make that roll on top, you probably jam.
Yeah.
You'll probably see Persinger try to come around, maybe do somewhat of a tree.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Or you could take one of the back guys out, or just draw to it. There's just no good way to like split these two rocks
No.
in any way that makes any sense, right?
It's kind of a weird angle, and
It
it
is.
makes it tough to. I mean, he's set up really well for a deuce here. I mean, I think he would love to get three or more.
Yeah, you can definitely keep three in play for as long as you can. Because even as it is with the like dead center of those stones, like the double is not super straightforward. The jam potential is still there on both of those two rocks.
Yeah.
So fortunately, I think he's gonna move some stuff around. Yeah. It's going to make a pretty easy double.
think I'd play the nose double.
I would almost play the nose double as well. This is almost like a crotch double. You hit too much of that one on the left, and you're rolling over the top, and you're probably not killing. You're probably not killing both of the reds either. So. And dead jam. Yep. The roll was really good though. You got that going for you.
Not exactly what they called, but it worked out quite well. So I think you have to play the top now.
Yeah,
Try
you're
and unlock that red.
right. You're 1-3, or Kizlyk's 1-3. Didn't hear what weight he was going to throw. Judging by the broom, though, it looks like a little bit more than I would expect. I wouldn't think you would try and kill that red. I think you would just try and move it to the back 8 foot.
All right. Well, kept the shooter. It's getting a little scary for Derek. I mean,
if he doesn't make this really good, if he rolls out, there is a double to lay 3. But if he hits this, and even if he stays nose or rolls a little bit to the right, you're sitting 1, 2, 3. You're in a pretty good spot with only 2 rocks to go. So.
looks a little tight.
This is going to be amazing if they catch it. And yeah, it was always jamming too. So now it's... This is what we were talking about. It could be a little dicey. All you had to do was hit nose and roll right. But, I mean, now it is... it's kind of full on. If a hit and stick or a hit and roll to sit 4.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
nose is really good.
Yeah, I mean, Derek's gonna have one of 2 doubles to choose from, but you're giving up 3 by doing it, right? So, I mean,
a little bit of an unfortunate miss there on Derek's first. He's gonna have to make a double or some sort of hero freeze on his last.
Right. Yeah, the Kizlyk ring. It seems like the miss so far on these hits has been an over curl.
Yeah, a little tight.
Yep. You know, that's a little bit of a soft release, a little maybe lack of rotation, or just not yet used to the
extra curl.
The extra curl, yeah.
This really has to curl.
Yeah, I think you could keep it out.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Well, who wants it less? I don't know. It's one of those ends.
So we're gonna see Derek try the double. This is not an easy double. It's fairly flat, and if you make it.
If I'm him, I don't even think I care about the double. I hit
hit and sit too. Yeah.
I hit the one that's
you're right.
Shot rock. You can roll a little bit over. You don't need to get rid of it. You're sitting 1-2 with backing and no double back. I mean, Greg's never going to take that on, and if he does, it's for 1.
Right.
So he just gave some extra room, extra broom. So
Seat control weight.
see how this works. Definitely a little shovey with the throw, but this is already curling. No, you don't need to go. You're fine.
Great shot, bud.
Gets the double. Greg will elect the draw. Sign of a good skip, right?
Draw the fourth.
Yeah. I think it's full 8. Sweeper's dream.
I'm gonna get my stopwatch out.
Yeah. Last time we did this, it was a 1 guard. So hopefully we don't see that.
Brooklyn for about a 14-5.
Yeah.
Sweepers think it might be a little hot.
Yeah.
The curl looks okay. 13-9.
It looks fine to me. Nothing to worry about. No panicking.
Back 4. Back button.
Yep.
Good shot by Greg. To get the single, tie up the game. 1-1 after 3.
Real barb murder. I mean, it's one of those ones where your team Kizlyk, you're probably sighing a
Huge relief.
sigh of relief, and you're like, all right, we dodged one. Let's try and gear up and tighten up the throws a little bit more as we get hammer back. And then if you're Persinger, I mean, you're bummed about the one, but you're thinking how you built an end there, you had them.
Your chances to generate some offense.
Exactly, and some positivity to move forward with. Or if you're like me, you just think about how you missed that shot and you just dwell deep inside yourself, crawl into a hole that you never come out of, ever. That's a different way to approach the game. Few suggest it, but
Thankfully, these teams are a little bit more positive.
yeah.
Moving around the sheets, sheet C, also a tight game. Team Working got a single and 3, so they're up 2-1 on Team Topkin. And then on sheet D, they're still playing their third end, but they're all tied up 1-1.
Sheet D has had tons of rocks in play every single end.
Yeah.
So during the fourth end break, I will tell our sheet to pick it up and start contributing. Our
To the
tens
chaos.
of viewers can't stand by idly watching clean houses.
So Sarah's first rock of the fourth end looked good. So you're going to see Dina play the hit. The fourth end, Derek's looking to keep it relatively clean, take no chances. You might even see him play delayed corner guard.
This one's just a little wide. Old offensive center guard, rarely seen.
I mean, I like that call.
It wasn't the call, but
Oh, wasn't it?
no. they were
I was
calling
looking at
for
GT.
that corner.
Why would But Persinger doesn't have hands.
He was calling to cover the yellow, so they had doubles.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Okay, it's always Aaron.
Good draw here from Dina.
She's played really well.
Yeah.
She's usually really consistent.
I was gonna say
Throws
Dina's
a really good lead rock.
one of those played with and against her enough times. It's once she finds her weight, it stays consistent the whole way through. My approach to lead is to throw a different split every single time.
Get handsy with it.
Continue to search. Like fumbling around in a wet paper bag, looking for weight.
It appears on sheet D that Team Roth out of Wisconsin just got a pretty big end by the looks of it. I think they had a hit for 4.
Yeah, there was a lot of red in play. And I think much like the rest of the
5.
game, yeah, it's been one yellow surrounded by red all game, and it's I think it's finally caught up to yellow.
So yeah,
So is it Team
5.
Man?
Yeah, 5 spot for Team Roth. They take a 6-1 lead over Team Man.
Bad there.
Nice shot by Aaron. Another pretty decent setup for Derek and Team Kizlyk. They've kind of put the pressure on and making the team out of Alaska and Greg Persinger chase a bit.
See your first peel of the game.
Yeah, first run back. Yeah.
Yep. Well. Yep.
This looks pretty close.
It's gonna over curls just a hair, but
Not a bad shot.
yeah,
Got rid of one.
got rid of one and opened it. Try and see if Aaron can put it back here. Oh, our second broom slam of the event.
Switch.
Once
switch,
again.
Switch, switch.
Who would have thought?
The always fiery.
Known for being calm, cool, and collective in all situations.
We're real tight. It's normal.
Nothing better than having you catch your yawn audio.
Yep. 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 Hard. Hard. Hard.
Just sneaks by.
Yeah.
Makes the double. Really good shot there.
Yeah, great one. It's a good sweep from Elam. Nailed it.
Top 8.
Derek's choosing to be aggressive here. Gonna ignore the rock, shot rock, and try and draw around.
Line's good.
It's a good way to. This is either going to be multiples or a steal. Then is essentially where we're at.
Gotta be careful. You can't come deep here.
Judging by that, you can. It's just not advised.
really good opportunity here for Alaska to kind of bail themselves out of the end. They were really chasing.
Yeah, the first 4 stones there.
Yeah, without hammer, and if Liz can lock a draw on the center line or on the T line here, it's going to be really difficult for Derek to get rid of it.
Really hard, Scotty. Really hard.
Pretty good.
Yeah, not too bad. Honestly, where the guard is, I mean, they've been passing it with like 2.5, 3 feet of space. It's pretty high up there. I mean, you could elect to play this with a little weight, I think, and move some stuff around if you wanted to.
Try and get low on it.
Looks like, judging from Broom, this is more of just like kind of a back 8, back line kind of tap.
Try and unlock your yellow. Sit frozen on the red.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa, then. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Ends up being just a draw. It's a little white.
I think it freeze, but
Unfortunately, the angles aren't great. If you're going to play the freeze, you really need to get low.
I think you might see Team Persinger try and get low now and make that red rock really, or those 2 yellow rocks are really vulnerable.
Yeah, because if he gets low on this, he's set for a force or a steal. If he doesn't get low, you could see him play a little bit more weight at it. I mean, you also have this yellow on the right side that you could potentially have a bailout and try and play back.
Yeah,
into
you
the
definitely
pile.
you have the out-turn runner if you need it.
Yeah. It looks like he's
I think he is going to
electing to
play the up
play
weight.
a little more weight. Get rid of that back yellow.
A little bit of a set at release. You see that?
Yeah, he had that on his last 2, but this is starting to snap.
gonna be
back
really
the
good.
nose.
Nice shot. Sit 2.
See Derek try and draw down to the back red. Definitely got to be careful with this draw. If you don't make this one, you'd be looking at a mess on your last.
Yeah.
Again, he does have the runner on the right, but it'd be a runner against possibly 3.
No, this is an important shot. He's definitely going to need to lock it on that back button.
Right, he needs to be nose. I think he needs to be nose to be shot. You can't.
Most likely.
You can't be too low because then I think he could.
He could just pick it.
Yeah, exactly, and he's got the other yellow as a chase or a catcher.
This is not heavy.
Keep going. Keep going. Yep.
It's gonna take away his runner. Or line it up. I mean, right now they go. Nose gets rid of it all. Shame in this game you don't get to throw 2 in a row. Everyone knows that was just a shut-up shot. Derek's playing 3-dimensional chess. We're all sitting here just chewing on checker pieces.
Really good opportunity here for Team Alaska to play this in-turn draw. Try and choke off that side. and essentially force Derek to make that run.
Yeah, angles are important here. That's for sure. You really gotta. I think this is one of those ones where teams could very easily not go into enough detail about what's happening, especially when you're talking to your front end or so forth. Like, you really want to make sure that everyone's on the same page as exactly where this can go and where it cannot go.
Yeah, the placement of this is really important, and it's really important to communicate to your sweepers, like you said, where exactly you want this, and ensure that whoever's in the house, Liz in this case, knows exactly where you want it and the angles you want to see.
Looks like it's coming in pretty good here.
It's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, the run is worthless now. The middle rock never goes anywhere.
No,
You probably get rid of the two reds, but the middle one never goes anywhere. I mean, it looks
really, really good shot by Greg on his last. Kind of takes away, I think, any chance of Derek scoring.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised to see a draw here. I mean, this is to probably tap, right? But
Try to get as close to nose on that one that he just threw.
yeah, but I feel like you're still gonna. You have a better shot of giving up two. You would think that you'd want to throw some heat, half a rock red, and get rid of both of those that are there. I mean, they're always scoring. I think that's
I think I would be blasting you.
a foregone conclusion.
Gonna take your lumps and move on. This looks pretty close.
I think even with that though, it was always
One for sure. I think it's two. So it looks to be a steal of two for Team Persinger out of Alaska, I believe.
still looking.
there we
Move
go.
some stuff away now. So yep, two.
So they take a 3-1 lead at the fourth end break. I can't see the other sheets right now.
C is also in their break.
Looks like they blanked the fourth. So Workin still leads 2-1 over Team Topkin. And sheet D, Team Roth, they're still up 6-1 on Team Man out of Ohio.
Give everyone a look of sheet D and what the house looks like at the moment. See, neither Roth team, they're throwing the red rocks here. It's like they're trying to. It's hard to see from this angle, but there is a yellow rock behind that red right now that they're talking about running. It's a little dangerous because it looks like it lines up and jams perfectly on the red that's sitting in the back 12 foot. Be close. There is drag effect in this shot, which who's not excited for that?
So for Team Roth, we have Nina Roth in the house. Croy Nernberger is throwing right now. I believe he's throwing fourth rocks, but Nina's throwing third rocks and calling the game.
I think these two played They played in mixed trials together, right?
Correct.
Doubles, rather.
Yes. That was up at Rock Creek here in Colorado, mid-February.
Yeah. It was. Oh. Didn't think that was even physically possible. Picks out his own. Tough to say if this is the last rock. The way that they're. When he's calling it makes it look like it is. So bring Team Man kind of back into play after being down, giving up the 5 spot. It's hard to get 5 straight back, but I mean, take 3.
For sure. Absolutely. It's a great opportunity here. Looks like he needs full 12 foot for their 3. Really going on this.
Does look like.
It's unfortunate. So they'll take their 2 and be down 6-3 at the 4th end break.
Yep. Just waiting for the other sheets to come back on the ice here. I'm going to take this opportunity to go get myself a Dale's Pale Ale.
Where do you want it, Greg?
Tight. Yes, line. Hard line.
I'm good above.
Yep. Yep, hard line.
4. Tight.
Hard line.
4 tight.
Up. That's great. Break a curl. Yeah. You can put it in then. That spot's just very touchy whether it hangs or doesn't. Real tight. It's like back 4, back 8. Okay, take a look now. Line's fine.
No, I know, but that's not.
Aaron, go ahead. Yep. Yep.
Okay, I will do better. Yeah.
I go. Pretty good. Okay. And? Just the inside. Right now we're on them. So.
This one's
Yeah,
4
go
foot.
ahead. Sweep it. Yep. All right.
That's fine.
Just board. Lucy. Control. Got it. Yep. 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 That's good. Good sweep.
All right, yeah.
Oh, my mic was off?
Yep, I turned the mic off for safety reasons. Yeah.
So I've been talking to myself, apologizing profusely for the roller coaster of camera angles that you just put everybody through.
Yep. Yes, you did. Can you tell that I haven't done this in a year? Because that's what I feel like I just showed right there. Just utter panic. Pressed every button I could possibly think of. They were all wrong.
But we're back.
Somewhere Matt Culbertson's just shaking his head in disapproval.
So back to the game. Team Kizlyk has a corner guard up. And as I stated when I was talking to myself on a muted mic, they're now down 2 and trying to generate a little offense. Pretty decent roll there from Aaron.
Yeah, even got a little bit of a catch him back. You'll see quite a bit with the scratched rocks, right? So
with Team Persinger up 2, you're going to see them take no chances, peel that guard, maybe try and catch that one on their way by.
yeah, just rolling center, so he's not just straight peeling, he's hoping to catch it. A little bit of a outside in release. Fortunately, your worst case scenario gave him the corner guard.
Yeah, it gives Derek the opportunity to play the come around on Aaron's intern. He should be able to suck this around and really generate their deuce. So I think at the start of the end, that was probably their goal as a team to get 2 back and tie the game.
Yeah. It's important to have goals. None of mine ever come true.
This is the guy who just spent 2 straight days at the Masters.
It wasn't a goal, that was a dream. It's totally different. Looks like, unfortunately, Aaron overthrew a little bit here. It's not the worst result. I mean, tucking it perfect would have been great. You would have seen the peel then, but this keeps the deuce still in play.
This looks like it's coming in pretty nicely.
Yeah, it should be just off nose.
Nice throw there by Liz.
Decision time here for Derek. You could leave it or you could draw under. The problem with a hit is that you might leave a double, or depending on which way you roll. I kind of wonder if you roll to the middle, because if you hit this, you're going to be like dead level with the other one. It's hard to tell with the camera angle if there's enough of that outside yellow showing that you could double off of it, but
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. Looks like they're definitely rolling towards the middle though.
whether they wanted to or not.
Well, sticks around.
Soft enough to stick around.
Probably gonna have to see Persinger go all in and try and get the force or play the open hit on the outside yellow.
Yeah.
I think their shot
I do think they're shot, and judging by this,
I like this call. He knows it.
yeah, he's kind of asking what she prefers, either the hit and roll or
Or the straight draw.
the straight draw. And it looks like they're
Electing to play the hit, which I like.
Yep.
Up to. I think it's a good conservative call. You want to dictate the end and ultimately get a force.
Yeah. I feel often too many times when people talk strategy and they'll look back at it and like, we should have done this, should have done that. But a lot of times when it works out, it's all about, did you make the shot that you called?
Right.
So as long as you're committed to it and you execute, because I mean, this is tight. If it wrecks the guard, oh no, great sweep there. Hold that.
Really nice shot.
Yeah, good result. I understand the point of chasing this. If 2 was my overall goal, and I think I'm coming around the corner, because I don't think he could ignore it.
Yeah. Yeah. This is definitely the more conservative call.
And
Gotta stick
unfortunately,
around,
yeah,
though.
it's just missing on the wrong side of these. Got to keep those rocks in play. Again, I think that goes back where, that's not the wrong call. There is no wrong or right call in that situation. You could have done either, but the important part is you had to execute it. Unfortunately, this has been a little bit more of a game of misses than it has been of makes.
But we got 4 ends to make up for it.
We do, yeah.
3.5.
Yeah.
3 and 3.
3 3/4?
3 1/4.
But who's counting?
Looks pretty good. Maybe a little hot. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Good judge by the sweepers. They knew that was heavy out of hand. Didn't want to touch it. Didn't touch it.
Didn't touch it. Thrower has no one to blame but themselves. Often, as a person that plays front of house, like I will actually sweep that knowing that it's heavy just to make my skip feel better. It gives him someone that he can blame.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. I turn back at you
And glare.
and glare.
So I can't tell if...
I think it's the hit.
No, but if that yellow rock in the back is biting, I think.
Yeah,
It's out of camera, but I'm pretty sure it's in. So if Derek can make this high side hit and roll, Greg's going to have to make the double back or risk giving up a deuce.
Yeah, you could really go one of two ways here. You could try and roll big and go towards the corner, or you could roll to the left. I almost like the bigger roll just because there's more room to work with, a little bit more room for error. If you don't get dead under the guard, it's not the end of the world.
No, you're right.
I don't think the only thing that jams is like dead nose. So,
Dead nose or hair low.
yeah.
I think you're right. I think that's what they're playing.
Right
No.
now they're playing
No,
the
you're right.
jam. Okay. All right. I
So you
think
see the nose double back.
Yeah, I think they wanted to get a little bit more roll on that. It's finicky on that end, though. That's why I like the big roll, because you don't have as much room to work with rolling to the left there. They're both as effective as one another, so. you roll big and you get close to that guard, you kind of ask Greg the question of, do you want to just take the easy hit, or do you want to chase this one that's a little tight to the guard, and you might finagle a 3 into play. So
Should probably see Firm or Peel here.
yep.
Giving Broom at the center of the rocks. We know it's going to be up weight for sure. And really, anything a little high or anything a little low.
Yes. Whoa. Yep.
Just be the single. And we just gotta touch paint. Fans of Montreal are excited. They just nabbed the last playoff spot.
Oh, did they?
They did.
Saw they just had to get a point tonight, so
Congrats, you get to play the Caps.
yeah, it's gonna be a tough battle. It's better than Columbus, Washington. Though.
Oh, yeah. Thing no one wanted to see. No one wants to clean it. Lucy's thinking about it.
We're around the guard.
It's okay.
Yeah, looks fine.
14.
Shot by Derek. Tie the game up, get their deuce.
Right to the pin.
3-3 going into the sixth end. Kind of looking around. Team Workin was able to steal 3 against Team Topkin out of Illinois, so they now lead 5-1. And the score remains the same on sheet D. Team Roth is up 6-3 over Team Man.
Yeah, and right now Roth is sitting 3 with Hammer.
You want to move the cameras around?
No. I've lost confidence. Not that I had any to begin with, but it's really all gone now. We saw our viewership go to single digits during that moment of helplessness.
So as you start the sixth end, we got 3 ends left. I think if you're Team Persinger, you're wanting to score. You want to take advantage of having Hammer in 6. Ultimately, you would like a deuce, but in the end, your goal this end is to score. And if you're Derek, I think you don't mind a force, but you would like a steal.
Yep. Yeah, steal or blank. Yeah, and this is one where I don't know if this was the call. And I know that's not exactly the result that they were looking for going, but I almost like calling in that top 4 foot and make the decision. Hey, you want to blank this? You want to take it?
Right.
You want to try for 2 blanks in a row to keep Hammer the whole time?
Obviously, top 4 is better than back 4 back button, but
Yeah.
you're still in the 4 foot. So
That makes this next call. I'd be curious if they go top 4 or if he throws the guard now. Although this is tracking. I think this is going to slip in on him. You should have hit that. This would be your force or blank scenario working out really well.
yep. It's like we know something.
Not much, but something.
One thing.
One thing.
Yep.
I'll let you know when I figure out what that one thing is.
Yep, right to it. Right to it.
Stick around.
Shot by Dina. I think you got to go for the blank now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's early yet. Those are pretty doubleable rocks. It's a dumb word to say because it's made up. That's clearly not the one thing I know. Words. But
You just got to be careful, though, because you could be getting yourself forced here.
yeah, right. And, well, I mean,
I guess like we said,
they could be okay with it, right? And all these rocks are in the back of the house. I think if you're seeing these top 8, top 4, you might be thinking about it a little bit different. It's early in the end. If you put this over there as a corner guard, you have backing as well. So yeah, really, I don't hate it. Favorite term of every curler.
You see Derek all in now, and we'll throw the center.
I think if the same setup was a rock later, I think you would see him peel that top one off.
Yeah, I think so too.
But still in the 5 rock rule here.
Okay, that's great. Line's good. Dina? Yep. Lucy, you can help a little bit. Yep, 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 yep.
Good rock here from Aaron.
A really nice shot by Aaron.
Question is, you see him come in the middle or
We roll off this one, that's good. Get by, get this one. Line 2. Get back. Yeah.
looks like he's gonna chase the one back button.
As we mentioned earlier, this rock is perfectly guarded after that shot from Aaron, and he should still be able to get to this on the outturn if you have that soft weight.
Yep.
Oh. Yep.
It's interesting. There's no real sweep early. I don't know if they just lost it or if that was always in his mind that he was gonna play it that way.
Yeah.
Dirk electing to put it back. Comes with a little bit more danger this time now that you have Red sitting third shot.
Little out. Yeah. Always curl. Always curl.
Starting to move now.
Yep. No, keep going, keep going.
It's going to be a lot higher. But it will cover the stone, and probably the better side of the stone to cover.
Yeah, I agree. I think if you're going to leave any side open, you definitely want to leave that intern side open.
Yep.
Same way.
Do think with how high the guard is, there's enough room for them to throw a hack weight and get low. A little bit of a set in that rock.
Mine looks pretty good, though.
Whoa, great, great. Almost like great.
Keeps it around the back, but does move it to probably be like 4th or 5th rock shot in your sitting shot. Force him to chase. Now they can't really play in those. They either have to be quite low or they gotta roll open. So unless they're okay with the jam in the back, but
I like the sort of board weight hit and roll open on this.
yeah. Sit 3.
Sit 2.
Yeah, because it's math. Oh boy. All right.
She got enough of it to
She did.
sit shot.
Yep.
I think you're going to see Alaska's got the opportunity to generate a deuce now and use that center guard to their advantage. If you can get it over buried, it's going to be hard to remove it because there's a bunch of different jam potentials.
We can call them jam opportunities.
That's good. Yep. Wait only. Hold on.
This line looks good.
Yeah, line looks really good.
Just hair heavy, unfortunately.
just- So sides back 12. It looks to be fourth shot.
Yeah. I think more of the unfortunate part about that is that yellow stone that's sitting in the 8-foot is. I mean, I don't know how you ever get that thing out of there now.
Not anymore. Yeah.
I think there was a play that you could have went all the way around the outside or done the slash on the outside red, but with that last stone there, I
Wait if you can.
don't see anything.
Straight. Whoa.
You'll see the
No.
skip plus 1 deuce attempt. This will roll into the space between. For all those people born in the 80s and you listen to Dave Matthews in the 90s. That's one of them.
In the space between.
Yep.
I can confidently say I don't think I've listened to Dave Matthews since the 90s, but
Hard. Whoa.
Really nice looking shot here.
yeah,
That's really good.
that is really good.
That yellow's getting a little lonely. I think this is an important draw here from Derek because
Yeah,
if not, I think if I'm Greg, I'm playing that angle run.
Oh yeah, because it's for an absolute pile. Right now, yellow's shot still, so. Curious if the mics are picking up the music in the background because I feel like YouTube's going to shut us down for copyright infringement or we're going to owe someone a lot of money.
A lot of Beatles tonight for some reason. Derek playing the intern draw. Pretty important shot right here. He's really needs to make this good.
Line looks fine.
Weights should be good. I got a 14.5. I still think I'm playing that angle run.
Yeah, unless you're all in on the skip deuce.
Can you play the space in between?
No, I don't think you get enough of the red. I think you'd have to play a runner on the top red. Yeah, I mean, running back that guard gives you a lot of good results. It opens things up and it could potentially bring some other rocks into play and puts that pressure back on. I understand this call again.
You lock the corner freeze on, you have a really good chance at a deuce, which is
Their
ultimately
goal.
what you wanted.
Yep. I mean, it was ultimately anything but a steal.
Right. You just had to score.
Since we talked about goals.
And achieving them. Going hard for curl on this. Line's getting pretty
looks
good.
Really good. Really good shot there.
Really nice.
It says something about the curl that you can get low on that rock with. I mean, that was overburied by what, a half rock? Half rock?
Yeah.
3/4 rock?
So now I think you're going to see Derek play the intern draw. I don't think you need to get too aggressive. I mean, really, ultimately, you're just trying to choke off that draw, make his deuce harder.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even if you just top froze and weren't even shot rock. I
don't even mind partially open.
Yeah, where do you?
He's got to come wider on that intern path.
Yeah.
And try and
It's a real
come
small.
full four.
It's a real small area to go get to.
Yeah.
Yeah. The line looks okay, but a little heavy. Yeah, unfortunately, going to tap off and
leave Greg the exact same shot he just threw.
Yeah.
He's got backing.
yeah, draw with backing.
So skips deuce. Just like we drew it out.
Yep. Never a doubt.
Team Alaska with their last here in the sixth end. Full 4 for 2.
It's heavy and wide. Oh, we're going to be fine. Just fine.
Yeah, I think he got it.
Yep. I'm taking a look at it, but
Oh, wow, we're going to swing it.
oh.
It's exciting.
Yeah, at this point in time, this is when the are they refs? What do we call them?
Umpires.
Umpires, yeah. They get really excited.
Officials.
Official, yeah. They're just sitting there freezing the rest of the time, and now you really get to pop into action. We just don't want a Canadian clubs situation here where they knock the bar over and hit a rock when they did it. Fun fact for those of you that don't know, you get to decide if you want to play it again or if the teams can agree on what the score would have been. They can do it that way. Talk about your edge case scenarios. I mean, is it Snickers, the want to get away? Like that would have been a pretty good want to get away commercial. that poor umpire would want to just probably crawl into a hole.
I mean, I think this is going to break the stick. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It didn't look particularly close to me, but the angles are always weird on the camera. But
So 2 red for Team Alaska. They take a 5-3 lead into the 7th end.
I mean, sometimes you never know. The pins could be off by 6 or 7 feet. Dave may have been drinking when he set those. Who knows? Yeah, exactly what you wanted in that end. Persinger is definitely in the driver's seat here. I
think you'll see them play this end pretty clean.
Yeah.
Top four.
Yeah.
Kizlyk's going to have to go hard for a 2 or a 3 and then hope to steal in 8.
Yep. Topkin almost had an amazing angle run back, but looks like a steal from working on sheet C. That'll put them up
6-2.
6-1.
6-1,
Yeah.
correct.
Again, math. Oh, no, 2. I'm sorry, I got that wrong. Working was trying the...
So to clarify, single for Team Topkin out of Illinois in the 6th end. They are down 5-2 to Team Workin going into the 7th.
And sheet D still in progress of their end. It is 7-3 in the 6th. And like the rest of the game, an absolute boatload of rocks in play.
I think there's 7 rocks within the 8-foot.
Yeah, but there's a shot here for red to get rid of both the yellows and
Sit 5.
sit 5 or 6, yeah.
Back to our feature game. Dina playing the corner guard. Team Alaska came in with their first. You see Greg called a tight guard.
Are you a little surprised to not see Derek play the corner on the other side, seeing as they didn't get the center? Kind of use that like a his backing or something to hit and roll off of and get under a corner. I feel like you often
Chunks to play into
exactly.
one quadrant.
Yeah.
This is not heavy.
Quite light, unfortunately.
Never a doubt.
That may have been one of those where halfway down the ice I'm asking my skip, do you want this over? I don't know that you do. Keep it cleaner, almost, right?
Yeah.
Surprised to see Derek going after this.
Yeah, I wouldn't be
to
hitting.
be honest.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's hitting this.
My only thought is maybe they talked about it being okay with a blank in this end and taking with hammer into 8.
Try and get 3.
But this seems a little early to start hitting. You got the corner.
Kind of an unfortunate miss there for Dina. She's played really well tonight. So.
Yeah, I would actually say probably they're one of the more consistent players. I mean, Derek's been throwing pretty well, but
really good opportunity here for Alaska to throw up a tight center guard and really make it challenging on Derek to generate any sort of offense.
right. Yeah, depending on where this goes, you might see Team Kizlyk try and bail completely on the end. But I'm a little surprised. Again, I understand this. It just seems like these are so high. You could certainly get around it all on the outside and bump that back if you wanted to try and generate some offense. But it feels like you're resigning yourself to to a blank at this point, which is fine.
I think you're gonna see Alaska continue to throw up center guards. I mean,
Yeah.
I think if I was Greg, I'd be happy with how this is set up. So.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. I mean, Persinger has been dictating this end, which is not what you want when you need to get 3, so or 2. You know,
Really, really nice shot there from Elam. Maybe a tiny bit deep. Oh wow. Okay, never mind. Still pretty
take
good.
it back.
I thought that was gonna stop top 12 or just short, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's still pretty good. It's a decent setup. I'd be bailing hard on the hits right now, and
Well, I mean, here you have a chance to get the double and roll under the corner. And we're playing the. It looks like board weight, probably from the ice. So we'll see.
Straight, Tina. Yep.
Should get
because
the
I think
nose.
if he gets low on this, you'll probably just see.
Oh, Again, it's kind of been a theme of the game of on Aaron's hits. They're just not catching that break point
Yeah.
correctly. They're
I
missing
feel like he's
it.
throwing them really well. They're really close. He's just gonna hit that brush on just a tiny bit earlier.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, it moves that guard to one of the worst places possible.
Yeah. Now, if you could lock one in there and treat a little bit, touch center line, top 12, it is.
Yeah,
It's getting a little dire.
certainly put the screws on.
Stay close. Yep. And wait like 4. Yep.
Line looks really good on this.
Yeah, it's a hair hot, but it's not the end of the world.
Gonna leave Derek in those double back.
Yeah, you can afford to get
little
even a
low.
little low and try and roll, but you'll be even with the other stone. Big shot from Lucy here. Gotta try and turn this end around.
Aaron. Yep. Stay with it.
Unfortunately, just a little set never
Okay,
quite came back for him.
See the opportunity just to eliminate that yellow. Nose is pretty decent. At this point for Team Alaska, I mean you've got a pretty good force set up, and it's just process of elimination at this point.
Yeah, the fact that they have the rocks are that rock on the top 8 foot is crucial because anything that Kizlyk does to hide, he's
got
it's
two
just a short little run for it, right? So I assume you're going to try and see another hit and roll. I almost argue that a big roll is better here and try and go almost towards the corner.
Yeah.
Tina.
Roll in the space between.
The space between, yeah. A lot of Dave Matthews. If I were Whittier, I could think of a crash into me reference of the rocks. I mean,
In
the
the space between.
yeah. I mean, the depth isn't what they were shooting for.
I think unfortunately their fourth shot.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough to bring
It's
back
close,
into
though.
play. I almost like like I said, bringing that weight up, throw that normal control, and do the big roll.
The big roll, yep.
Yeah. Be honest, if you told me that we'd be throwing around Dave Matthews references this evening, I would have called BS. This just in, where viewership went down to 2 people after that quick discussion. So I'd like to take this moment and an opportunity to thank the 2 people that fell asleep in front of YouTube tonight to keep our viewership there. So thank you for that.
So Alaska putting on a ton of pressure against Team Kizlyk. Greg playing an out-turn draw in his first, trying to come top 4 and really make things difficult for Derek and make it really hard to score. It's a really, really nice spot.
Yeah, we're going to see Derek chase, which I do understand. You could also play that double up top. You wouldn't be sitting shot rock, though. But it does open your scoring area a little bit. Because even if he taps this and makes this really good, again, you have that. Greg's got that short runner.
On the intern, yeah.
Yeah. But I think we'll see like back 4 weight here. Try and push this to kind of back button and sit shot rock.
Little outside in. Keep coming. Keep coming. Yep, keep coming.
Aaron going really hard on the curl. This looks pretty close.
Yeah, it'll roll open.
Yeah, it gives Persinger the out-turn hit and roll back.
Yep.
Essentially forced Derek to draw the pin.
Yep.
I kind of think you want to roll over Barrett on this.
Yeah.
Roll edge a button.
Yeah.
Make him do the cold draw.
Well.
There's just so much curl.
There is a lot of curl. They can definitely get it. I mean, either way, I'm pretty excited about a force. I'm very excited about a steal, I guess. And maybe they're feeling that they have that opportunity to catch one here and, up 3 without. It's
really huge.
yeah, it's pretty advantageous. So because 3 is a larger number than 2. So they tell me. Oh boy.
Really hard. You got it. You're holding it. Push hard. Hard. Roll that up.
It's unfortunate error there from Greg on his last. So just couldn't be narrow on that. Gives Derek the draw to touch 4-foot and tie the game up coming home.
Not to bring this up again, but this feels very much so like the Masters. Just the 2, Rosie and McElroy, just letting each other kind of have it.
The roller coaster of emotion.
The roller coaster of
Yeah.
emotion. Yeah, I mean that almost felt like one shot away from being completely game over there. So.
Greg will definitely be upset about that one. I'm sure he makes those more times than not. So,
Yep.
but at the end of the day, they'll be tied coming home with. So, still a good situation. Assuming Derek makes this, which I'm sure he will.
Calling heavy, but it looks like it's got backing right now. So. And out of nowhere,
Skips deuce.
skips deuce.
So, tied up, coming home. Team Alaska with hammer. You're going to see them try and keep the center line open. Leave yourself an open draw.
Yep.
And if you're Derek, got to utilize that no tick rule.
Yeah, this is where the lead's really, lead is one of those positions where you don't get noticed all game until until you really need it. Gonna need 2 on the center. Without swinging, the ice has been. We've seen some lines that have been missed, kind of caught them by surprise. So it's not straightforward to put 2 on the center right now. But Dina has been playing very well. So.
Tight. Okay.
YouTube comments say there's a lot of people watching from Alaska,
Oh, awesome.
which is exciting. So we welcome everybody from watching in from Alaska.
Probably still firmly winter in Alaska, I assume.
Think so?
I think so.
It'll be firmly winter here on Friday.
It will be firmly winter on Friday. Yeah. Yeah, for anyone thinking about moving to Denver, don't. It's freezing in the middle of spring. It's just horrible weather. It snows all the time.
Except I was wearing shorts today. Perfect center guard by Dina on her first. You'll see Alaska come around. There's 2 ways they could have played this, and we've talked about this
Numerous
ad
times.
nauseum. You can either draw the open side and keep the center open, or you can come around the center. Historically, you used to see teams play to the outside, but with the implementation of the no tick rule, I think you're starting to see a lot more teams come to the center and essentially beat them to the middle.
Yep.
Coming to the outside can also make it harder to peel.
Yeah, catcher.
Throws out some catchers. So those 2 perfect shots to start the 8th end.
Yeah, it's exactly what we want to see. Yeah, both Dina and Sarah setting things up exactly like we want. Should be in for a good end. Unfortunately, this one is sailing a little bit. It's probably a little hot. It's going to be in the house.
It was kind of always right on that corner. I couldn't get it by. That's fine.
I think you'll see him chase this with a hit.
Yeah, just down weight, hacker board. Get rid of it.
Yep. You roll on top or...
Firmly away.
Yeah, tough to roll away because I think it ticks and you might not get rid of it. You definitely want it out of the house. Less shrapnel in the back, the better.
Yeah, for sure. This looks a little down.
It does. A little bit more kind of back 8-ish. And there's kind of that shrapnel that we talked about, so.
Moves it just enough that Alaska's shot, but a little bit junky here. Gonna probably start to see Greg clear it up as soon as possible.
A little little surprised to see him go after the shot rock. I like the tap. You just certainly don't want to get rid of anything. They're all helping you. I would tend to think that you would want to move the higher rock back.
Kind of dictate the front of the house.
Yeah, move it. Even if you were a little wide and you split them both off, and you could kind of create yourself a wall on that back button, even on the tee line early. That's
Yep.
not a bad result. Corner freezes, which is nice.
Yeah, good shot by Aaron.
Again, they just kind of lost that line.
Yeah.
It's been a common theme.
Forward. We get the top one, that's okay. Forward. Forward.
This is an interesting call. I almost think I would. He's talking that it's okay to hit the top one. I actually think you want to get rid of the guard at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm feeling if you can get rid of this yellow, if you can be low, it's great, but you really don't want to be high side because you're leaving the yellow, killing your own.
May have spoke it into existence. If you take the guard away, there's no way that Derek can't put another rock. He has to put another guard out. You're making the other team use those rocks on non-scoring options. So
Yeah, it's a good time.
The timeout called here by Kizlyk. I think it's a good spot to call your timeout. They've got a really good opportunity here to generate that steal that they need. So I think it's worth talking it through. Aaron's gonna throw his second. It's a big shot.
what do you like? What do you like here? I almost think another guard, honestly.
I think I'd love another guard.
Yeah, you could either be dead under or maybe just a little bit off to the right side.
Yep.
It's so early in the end yet.
Never killing that red.
No, sitting 3 doesn't.
Because then they're gonna peel.
Yeah, and everything is so tight together that blasting, you could easily get rid of 2 or 3.
Yeah, I love the guard.
Yeah, I'm in that boat as well.
I mean, you could even be just in top 12. I don't hate that either.
Yeah, really tight guard. Yeah, exactly. That's a nice one as well. Yeah, I think there's always this tendency to want to remove opponent stones or sit as many rocks as you possibly can, but with there being 5 rocks left in the end, I mean, there's still so much curling to do. It's usually the more patient teams that will,
For sure.
They're probably going to pick it. And that's why I kind of like this. Because then you got shot rock. Yep, line, hard line.
I mean, at this point, for Derek, I feel like every rock is helping you, you know.
Yeah.
And the more rocks that you can get into play, the better. I mean, at the end of the day,
what I would ask you, or if I were the coach, I would go out there and ask, well, what harm is that red doing you right now?
right.
I mean,
We'll
in the
see
next,
what they settled on. I think it might have been the guard.
I think it was the guard. I think they're trying to guard a piece of the yellow, maybe like kind of like a half and half under.
Yeah. If you can stagger it a little bit, I think it's perfect.
Line's good. Straight. Straight. Yeah, go then. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Let's get over curl.
This looks pretty good. This is pretty much where we talked about.
Yeah, I think that's right where you want it.
Yeah, it's a great shot by Aaron.
I mean, they can go ahead and pick that yellow, but what does that give him? I think if you're Greg, you got to peel something off now.
For sure. Yeah, I mean, I think you're in full bail mode.
Yeah. Try and get 2. Have to get 1, right? not the end of the world if you just take this top one off. A little bit of a set there.
Uh-oh. Can't kill your own.
Almost disaster. Luck's out there. Gets a little tick on the red and
That was a bad one. So
again, do I care about that stone? I
don't
I
think
think I'm
so.
drawing under right now.
Yeah, I want to make sure we stick around.
Outside of something for them to play off of, are they suicide or something? Like, I don't. I'd be trying to come down and corner on my own, or
yeah, just a cold draw. Mm-hmm. Side button.
yeah, full 4 even's just fine. I think you'll see Greg play the peel again. I would think.
Whoa.
You may see him bail on the peel and try to make the double or the hit and roll.
Yeah. This is really light. A bit of a missed opportunity. I mean, I just threw the back of the house. I think they called board.
Yeah. Just a little soft from Lucy, and really good opportunity here to play the double peel and
Yep.
clean things up a little bit.
Make the double peel, and it's close to game over. Although the way this game has gone,
I mean, I think both teams have struggled a little bit with the ice and trying to figure out that break point. So
yeah, this looked really good out of hand. It was actually a really nicely thrown rock.
yeah, it was a really nice shot. Single peel's fine. It's getting better.
Yep. I think I'm throwing another guard up. And I agree. It's just too difficult to have one rock and one guard in play, and with the way this is all swinging, and even the in-off that they could throw off that red that's sitting there now, like, again, the suicide, but it's too hard to cover everything. So
Agreed.
How deep can we
So
go?
if the last one was board weight, this should be hack for.
Go. Yep. Curl. Always curl. Always curl. Always curl. All the way up. All the way. Go.
Yeah, a bit of an audible there. Good result, though.
Like this. Great deal. It's like straight deal.
So you're gonna see them play the double run double. Sorry. Straight peel's fine.
Yeah, honestly.
Yep.
Damn it! No.
Bit unfortunate there. I think you'll see a guard now from Derek.
And then I think once you guard, if you're Greg, you're playing the draw on your first, right?
Yeah.
That weight down.
Yeah. Do want to just mention we have our first final. Finishing working over Topkin. Looks like 6-3, and they did not finish the 8th. And then
Team man is
It's
putting
crawling back, putting the pressure on Team Roth. And they're only down by 1 going in the 8th now.
Yeah, it's 7-6.
And they're shocking turn of events. There are rocks in play. Yeah, big draw here from Derek.
Mine's good. Okay.
This looks like it's gonna overcurl. You can afford to show him a bit of the outside, so it's not bad.
No, I think it works. That's the trick. So I think it's 2 options here. You could
You can play the blast
Yep.
if you're feeling very comfortable with your draw weight, because you know you're probably going to be doing that on your last. There certainly is a run back here that you clear every yellow.
I think they're looking at the double.
Yeah, it does look like that.
Not sure how much you can see of this. Maybe half, which is really all he needs.
Yeah, half would be enough. I would argue what does it give you? You make the shot, it does pull everything off, but you're gonna have to make something on your last, because Derek just has a guard to come around again to sit buried 4-foot button, right? Which then you would have to chase. He doesn't. You are forcing Derek to then make that shot.
I do like coming around top 4, like he's indicated.
I think he's yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I mean, I don't see an outturn like angle run or tap that Derek can play on his. He's gonna have to chase
Exactly.
on that in-turn side.
Yep. I think that the general thought with these is, if you ever think that you have to have a draw for your last, you want to have one before that.
For sure. I mean, we just saw a game finish beside them. Who knows? The ice might be changing just a little.
Yeah. Yeah, it's warm here tonight. There's supposed to be a front moving in tomorrow. The humidity and everything can change the conditions.
I think any opportunity you have to play the same shot twice,
You
take that.
Yep.
I think you gotta be careful though.
Can't put it deep.
Yeah, I think if you're heavy though, you take it right back.
Yep, agreed. It's just a tad heavy, unfortunately. It was pretty close. You're talking about like a foot away from perfect.
Yeah, even 6 inches.
If Derek ever comes down and freezes on that, it's going to be
Really hard.
yeah. You're gonna have to basically draw the pin.
Time is no factor in these games. Both teams have essentially 2 minutes left to throw their last 2 rocks. So good time management from both these teams.
Oddly enough, it's almost the exact same scenario on sheet D right now. Yellow needs one, is sitting on the edge of the 4-foot, and they've got guards in play, and they're about to throw another guard.
So Kizlyk's last here in 8, needing to draw the pin, hopefully get a steal and steal the win.
Mine's pretty close.
Anytime you have this for your last shot, you're pretty excited.
It looks tight.
Yeah, it looks like, again, they waited too long for the break and they lost it. That'll be the game, unfortunately. It's kind of been a little bit of the story for the team. a pretty big advocate of that heavy clean or a broom down, and there was a lot of just kind of walking next to stones and just a little too late on the sweep calls.
Yeah,
a couple of
unfortunate miss
times
there, but good win for Team Alaska. They get their first win of the event.
Gonna try
That'll drop Kizlyk to 0-1.
early in the event.
Both these teams will be playing again tomorrow. It looks like Persinger plays tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. against Team Man. And Kizlyk has the morning off, and they don't play till 2 o'clock against Team Workin. Simon pans over to Sheet D. As we kind of mentioned a little bit earlier, Team Ross is up 1. They're Red Rocks. They're up 7-6.
Sorry, the zoom is like impossible, so
That's as good as we're going to get.
yeah, this is what you got.
This looks to be last rock.
Yes, this is last rock. Looks like they're just trying to
Draw the 4-foot.
Draw
How
the
many
4-foot.
Is yellow sitting 2?
Yellow is sitting 2.
So yellow is sitting enough for the win. This is a big draw here. Gotta be full 4. Supers think it might be a little heavy.
Doesn't look too bad. I think we're gonna
Sides
have
back 4.
bonus curling. They're looking it over right now, but to me it looks yellow.
Certainly close.
Kick it away, so I think it's yellow.
So now you get to set up the other end.
Sick.
Come on, Simon. I know you can do this.
I was thinking about freehanding it. I want to see how that works. Oh. Looks like Kizlyk or Culberson's gonna do it for me.
Is he doing it?
He's doing some stuff.
Sorry, we're just trying to set up the Sheet D away end. It's
It's like the one camera that
probably the most difficult
yeah.
visual to get in the entire rink. So
Yeah. In the meantime, I'm just gonna do this. Slow pans. What could go wrong? It's like center guard and
Team Man is
Around?
at back-to-back steals in 7 and 8, so they know exactly what they need to do here again in 9, and that's generate another steal. So as we talked about in our feature game, center guards are the name of the game, and you'll see Team Roth come in and try and keep it open. They've had a ton of rocks in play, and I think this end they really want to keep it clean. There we go. That's better.
2 yellow guards up.
Simon's just going to toggle back and forth, so he'll do it as smoothly and gracefully as possible without giving anybody motion sickness.
Yeah. Apologize to all. Looks like we'll have another draw around. Four good stones from the leads there. Who are the leads?
So the lead for Team Roth is Shalin Hallbeck. And the lead for Team Man is Barrett Tompton.
Well,
Let's see the second rocks for Team Man. This is Nick Visnich. Pretty decent setup here for a steal. I mean, I know Ross has 2 rocks in the 4-foot, but you got 2 center guards that you're working with. This needs to curl us a little far out.
yeah, I think they were trying to
Play the nose
kind
tap.
of, yeah, just tap, and it's just unfortunately overthrown a little bit. Probably trying for that back 8 and threw close to hack. And you'll see Nina start to peel guards off here.
As fast as humanly possible.
Yep.
The second for Team Roth is Tony Roth, I believe.
Gets both. Leaves the shooter though. Kind of decision time. I think you throw
Something-
another up,
Yeah, I think you need another guard.
or you play that tap. Definitely don't want to remove those reds or your friend right now. Tough to tell what the call exactly is. I think it's the guard, but
I think so.
well, that looks like a lot of weight for the guard. He's playing the tap again. Nothing wrong with that. It's a good result.
Still think you're peeling the guard.
I would think so as well. And no hesitation there.
Good call by Nina.
Not surprising with
Very experienced skip. With
Yep.
Olympic experience.
if that wasn't the call. I don't know what was right anymore.
Gets it off the center line. Pretty good.
Good
Maybe-
peel.
yep.
Wide open. I think you're going to have to see the guard now. You'll probably see that until skip stones, I would think. Guard peel, guard peel.
Yeah, I would think so.
Because you have a decent setup. You can come around all this and
Be a little surprised if he comes into the house here.
yeah, it looks like the guard.
Maybe 7-5 or 7-2, something like that. Something like that. I'll tell you. 6'3".
What?
6'3".
6'3"?
Yeah.
No, they said you're 1 point different.
Not according to Curly.
Persinger?
Oh no, the Persinger game?
Yeah.
Oh, 6'5".
6'5".
Sorry, I think you're talking about sheet seat.
All right. Guard came a little deep. Just going to see them peel this off. It's possible to just kind of clear as much as you possibly can, lose a shooter.
For sure.
Just want to spray rocks at this point.
Yep, keep it open.
With the angles, you might actually get rid of both yellows. Yeah, it looks like a little overcurl, which is fine. We'll see another guard. Looks like a bit of a freeze, maybe a tap.
Looks like they're playing the tight guard, which I think is the right call.
Yeah, I would agree. It's a good weight. See Nina peel this off. I say guard peel until skip stones.
Yep, nailed it.
It's like I know things. Just a straight peel.
2 good shots by Nina.
Yeah. Yeah, it's decision time. The infamous extra end timeout. So a couple options here. I mean, you could put another guard up. Part of me thinks that might be the right play. The tap is also okay.
Yeah, the slight tap and roll away.
Yeah, and with the roll away. The problem with the setup that it currently sits, if he draws underneath for shot rock, he's essentially leaving him with a short run that's basically queued up. Almost an auto make. So could try and hook him. That's not bad result either.
No. Just show him a piece.
I feel like if you throw the guard, he's probably peeling.
Probably, yeah, on Croy's first.
If you ever play the tap, if you're dead nose, it's really good. Try and push that red rock to back 4 foot.
It's just such a delicate tap.
It is a very, I mean, you have to make it
You
perfect.
may load the double.
Yeah, it has to be dead nose. You kind of want to keep that red rock around in order to keep it in play. So give yourself backing on the last. Don't think this is the...
Tap, I think it's the draw around.
Yeah, this is different ice. If they were doing the guard, they would have came the same way they've been going the whole end. So it's either that cornered rock or it's the come around.
Right.
Stay tuned to find out what the heck it is. Sneakers like the weight. It's like just a center guard.
Yep.
I think you'll see Nina peel this off.
Peel this off, then they're going to have to make a play on that yellow-red combo, either that or draw around and hope for the best. But it's looking more than likely that Clay should have an open shot on his last, assuming he makes the...
Yeah, assuming he makes this or
Appeal.
doesn't leave something. Yeah, I would agree. Easy peel there. All right, this is one of those ones where, I mean, it's tough to tell the angles. If you can hit that yellow and get rid of both reds and force them to draw,
It's not bad. Yep.
I think that's probably your best bet. I think anything where you're coming behind, you're essentially... I just don't see how you win because you're lining it all up for either a pick out if you're not dead under, or that you're just giving them the auto run to make it. So it looks like he is going to play this. They must like the angles enough that they think they can sit around, sit two, and get rid of both reds here. So.
Going hard on the sweep.
I like it.
Huh, just like you talked about.
Yep.
It's
Oh,
hard
that.
to tell from the angles, but it looks like he's got a pretty automatic double.
Yeah, and with that rock sitting right on the back, all the
Yeah.
sketchiness of that is essentially gone. Because I guess the danger would be hit it too thick and then you roll up over the top and out. But now that you got that little biter on the backside, it doesn't really matter. You just make sure you make contact with both of these yellows. So.
You'll see good upweight here from Croy on his last. Any firmer peel.
Yep.
Anywhere thin on the center line rock, and he'll get rid of both. I think they're so close together you can make it both ways too. So
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah. Got the little squeaker
Yep.
right to the pin. So
good shot by Croy. They take their single. I guess they get two. A little biter in the back, win the game.
yeah, win an extra.
9-7, Team Ross.
Completely normal scoreboard in that game. They were up 6-1 after 3.
Good resiliency by Team Man to battle back. And
Yeah, it's one of those ones where you can take a lot of positives away. You know, maybe the game didn't go your way, but you did end up pulling things back for you. And
right, you take away that third end where they give up 5, and
yeah.
it's a completely different scoreboard. So,
Agreed. So
so that'll wrap up our action from Draw 2, Mixed
Yep.
Nationals here at the Denver Curling Club.
yeah, join us tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, for Draw 3. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.